there are still a lot of jurisdictions in Florida who don't use it. Or when you, or if you're supposed to use it, sometimes, a lot of times, invariably, they're off. Do you think that's okay? Do you think that it should be mandated across the board that all state or all law enforcement agencies wear body cam? And if so, what penalties should there be for officers who don't have their body cam on?
There's an officer down front if anybody didn't know that. It's a resource issue, which is what a fancy way of saying we don't have the money for body cameras across the state. Now, the Florida legislature seems to find money for things when it wants to find money for it. And when they want to find money to increase the numbers for tourism, they find that money. So they need to find the money to give body cams to every municipality and police department in the state that wants one or needs one way or the other. So that's the first part as to what role it should play. The officer is here and he can correct me if I'm wrong. There are what I will call mistakes that happen. Officers every day are confronted with situations where they put their lives at risk for us. When everybody else runs away, one of them here in this city went towards the gunfire instead of away from it. And sometimes they forget to turn their body cams on. It happens. Sometimes the battery does die. Now, the way you deal with that, in my estimation, is if the sometimes happens to the same officer over and over again, then you probably have an issue, right? But we don't just hang officers out to dry one time because their body cam didn't go on. If the same officer or same set of officers has the same situation or has a body cam go off in the same set of circumstances, in other words, with certain types of arrest, that's a warning sign and an indicator that we need to look much more closely at what those officers are doing. But body cams are affirmative good. They should not be abused to presume that officers are guilty of things when they're not.